Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. A late-season top 25 matchup on hand with a couple of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Texas A&M about to boot it away to start this game. From inside the 10, here he comes. And the returner will be brought down. So Alabama's offense is going to be backed up thanks to that lackluster return. And they're led out there by a man who will carry the ball plenty in this one, guys.
Well, it's real simple. He's the best player on their team. They have got to force-feed this guy the football, David.
No doubt about it. The offense goes through him. Excited to see how they've built this offense and how many different ways they can get him touches.
Got a lot of running room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume. And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
On third down, going up top. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Oh, you could just feel it. He wanted to make that a big return, but his offense will come out and take over at the 44. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Give to the running back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Aggies headed quickly to the line. From the gun, the ground game. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Quickly complete. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Still on his feet at the 45. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
A lot of times it's hard to see those linebackers coming down late and blitzing through a gap. The offense did a really nice job getting a hat on a hat, blocking up front so the running back could get some positive yards.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down.
When you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the 1st down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the 1st quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the 2nd quarter. Tune in to the Ocho, 8th play of the drive coming up. The play action fake. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Well, this quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on third down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready. Had a really good coverage call, and they get the INT.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Texas A&M going quickly. He'll keep it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, the defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has. So nice job defending it.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. It's caught. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down. It's reverse. Oh, better check some ankles. He makes a move and gets down to the 24. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Looking for the score. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Man, these windows get tighter down here in the red zone, and those catches are a little bit more contested, more people near you, and it gets a little bit more difficult. But you need your players to step up for your QB and make big plays. I think he's going to look back and say, I should have made that play.
The RPO, it's complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. It's 1st and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies!
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. San Diego State is on top right now, but that's not exactly Marshall Faulk out there running circles around the D. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by a field goal over Boise State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Got a man. It's Whalen. Now on 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll go with a direct snap. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. The offense in its own end still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Motion from the offense. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Looking to move it through the air. Safe completion on the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Caught close to the marker. It's Hutchinson. And he's running in the open. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown tie.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
Lining up for the PAT. Right down the boulevard. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the scoring play coming on a 56-yard touchdown pass. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. He'll heave it deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. He gets a block. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He'll take a deep shot here. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, even though that pass was incomplete, I wouldn't be shocked if this defense in the second half decides to play some deeper coverages. This offense has already shown they're willing to be aggressive, and they've got a lot of speed. Moving forward, this defense cannot afford to give up big plays in the passing.
After the incompletion, looking at second down. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. One more snap coming before halftime. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's going to fire deep. Holds it in on the left. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a great one today from there in Tuscaloosa. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in T-Town.
Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. They are shaking the rafters of this place, trying to help their defense as they've got them pinned deep. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Texas A&M going up tempo. Gets open down the middle. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. They want to get this defense on its heels. Quick release by the QB. At the 45 on its way. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. you got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
You know, as an offense, when you're trying to complete these tunnel screens, you're going to have to be able to negotiate some of these defenders near the line of scrimmage. They're all looking to swat it away. Good job by the defense there.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Get all you can, then get down with the slide.
Yeah, and the QB decided to take it himself. He got a little bit of pressure, you could see, and decided to take off, scramble, and couldn't get the 1st down. And now it's 4th down decision time. No matter where it is on the field or what the distance is, you know there's a chance. We still might go for it.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Here's the handoff. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the 2nd level and creating big lanes for this running back.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
A small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Handoff from the gun. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. He's piled up 82 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Third and short coming here right from the midfield stripe. They'll try to run for it. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on 3rd downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. The inside handoff. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
When a running back has had as much success as this guy's had so far, listen, defense has got to cue in. They got to cue in to him. He's priority number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's a good start to maybe turning this defensive effort around.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work.
Get set, get set.
Quick strike complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Finds the tight end. At the 20, he's got space. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
What a weapon this guy is, right? The tight end position, not only can he get open, he can run away from people after the catch. He's a big dude, so he's hard to bring down anyway, but the speed is what makes him different.
So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. They got him to jump. The defense got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a first down. Defense had them backed up, and then they're in the neutral zone, and the offense will say thank you very much. And the offense grateful for that penalty if they can just move it one more yard to get it in. They'll try to pound their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bama! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, Phyllis, here's a final update on a top 15 clash. Georgia looked dominant on the way to victory today. That offense had zero problem putting up points, and the defense almost resembled the days of Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, and Nakobe Dean. No cupcakes this week, Phyllis. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. The give to the back. Still on his feet at the 45. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. To the ground. He's got it again. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Leaves it with the running back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Texas A&M going quickly. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the tailback. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Fires into traffic, picked off.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintained.
Oh, look out! And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. The give and tick, 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 tick. He's piled up 97 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
Yeah, and he's been dependable. I mean, he's been a guy that they've given the ball a lot. He's just been so productive, giving this offense an easy way to move the football down the field. 97 yards on the day.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They'll run play action. Pocket starts to collapse. Finds a man by himself. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. After the laundry marked the field, 1st and 5 for this offense. Throws to the wideout. Boy, did that one have revolutions on it, but it's incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning.
Here we go, set.
One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. This is a big 3rd down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
Made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Lost the defense, he's wide open. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Offense in a bunch formation. They want to just keep throwing it. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. They'll throw it on 1st down. Trying to get to him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Hines is back in the middle. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dumping the
deep shot for the end zone. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a 2nd down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. Now the play fake. Quarterback on the move, still looking. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence from that.
Yeah, and you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
So that's